Okay, welcome back. I'm in the Ford Lightning. I got the 24-foot car hauler hooked up, and we're going to take a little drive to see what she'll do as far as kilowatts per hour. And it'll help me decide whether or not I want to keep this thing or not. So we'll take off and see what it'll do. So we're off on the road. So what I did is I traded in my TRX for this. And I really do like this truck, but I think I like the TRX a little better. I don't know if it's just because of it's just a taller, bigger truck or what, but I mean, performance-wise, they seem pretty similar. I would say, to me, I'll have to do a draggy run on this truck, but to me, the TRX felt faster, but maybe that's because I had an incognito on it. I'm not sure. Anyway, my normal runs to the racetrack with this car hauler is a round trip of 100 miles. So as long as this thing can do that kind of miles with this trailer, that's all I'm looking for. As far as going farther with it towing, I got a 3,000 pound total with trailer jet boat, and and it's more aerodynamic than this trailer. I'm assuming that's going to go farther than this, so I just need to make a 150-mile round trip for that. And really, that's the only places I tow. And I suppose if I did go farther, I guess I would have to just plan accordingly. Either don't take this truck or just plan on charging a lot. There is a charging thing up by where I take the boat, so I guess it's not really a big problem if I want to charge when I get there, which I could do just for peace of mind, I guess, like 20 minutes on the charger. I mean, I don't even think I wouldn't need anything, I don't think. What we're gonna see here, it's 37 degrees out, and I'm going to be driving 55 miles per hour. Now, in a bigger, or let's say in my TRX, I would be driving faster, but let's face it, I'm adapting to what I'm driving, okay? For everyday driving this truck, I can go, balls out all the time. I charge for free at work, so it doesn't really matter how aggressive I drive it as far as what it costs me. The TRX, you can't really do that. I mean, you can, but I'm just saying it's going to cost you to do it. If I keep this truck, I plan on putting a set of 18-inch aftermarket wheels and 33s, which is the same as the stock tires on it now, sitting on the 20s, and maybe a 2-inch level, and I'll be pretty happy with it. For my everyday use of this truck, though, I never come close to depleting this battery. I mean, I might get down to high 60s by the time I plug it in. So for my, I would say 95 or more percent usage, that's what I'm doing. The towing is only, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times a year with the boat, and maybe 3 to 5 times with this car hauler. So for a slight inconvenience of just driving slower for those days to make my range farther, I mean, I don't think that's that big of a deal for the distance I'm going. It's not going to take me that much longer. So 55. Everybody else that does testing with these is doing 70 miles an hour. You have to adapt if you're going to buy one of these, because this is like the reverse of a gas vehicle. Like the TRX was better on the highway. You do 70 miles an hour, you could get 14, 15 miles to the gallon, but you drive around town and you're probably going to be sitting right at 10. 9, 9, 10, whatever. That's about it. And so it's reversed in the electric. You get better mileage driving slower than you do faster. So you just have to, 55 miles an hour or 60 is not that bad. Especially if it's just going to make peace of mind that you're going to make it where you want to be. I mean, the difference between the battery and a gas tank is the battery doesn't hold as much gas, so to speak. Because I did some math. The TRX cost me, on average, highway and city, you're looking at 38 cents a mile. And if I had to pay for this truck, it would cost me 11 cents per mile if I charged it at home. But I don't charge it at home, so it's costing me no cents per mile. Unless I'm going on a long trip and I have to use one of those DC chargers or whatever, then I'm obviously going to have to pay them. But when you go, say 10,000 miles, that's $3,800 a year in gas versus nothing. So, because I'm my average, I drive about 10,000 a year. My old setup was TRX and Chevy Volt, but you got maintenance on 2 vehicles. You got 2 license plates, 2 sets of insurance. So it was like taking the TRX and that, and putting them together. Because I will have to drag you this thing, because the more I think about it, it might be faster than I think it is, because it's just one speed. There's no shifting, no nothing, and maybe the smoothness of the power, totally changes your thought process in your head of how fast you're going. So I do know that right before I bought this thing, I did have the TRX out, and I did come across a Lightning at a stoplight, and we both took off, and I got in it and I walked away from him, but I had an incognito pull. So did that make that much of a difference? I don't know. I didn't pull away from him super fast, but I'm definitely was walking away. So maybe it was just because of that. Maybe if my truck was stock, it would be different. I don't know what it was, but the guy gave me a thumbs up after the fact. But that didn't stop me from thinking that this might be not a bad idea for how I use the truck, because I never really did anything off-road with that truck. So I'm not saying that I would never have done it, but I am in line tomorrow. That's why I'm doing this today. I want to kind of get a feel for it. I may buy a TRX tomorrow and trade this in. So I can tell you right now that towing this trailer, it feels good. It's super smooth. It's effortless. The truck feels solid. I do not have the weight distribution hitch hooked up, and the back end is still up. It's not dragging ass like the TRX would be right now. So that I can tell you is a big difference. I will say also, it is mega windy out here, and it's really not doing bad on the what do you call it, miles per kilowatt. I want to say, so I'm driving 57 miles an hour right now, and I'm at 0.8. So 0.8 in all this wind. I mean, it is windy. I don't know what the wind speed is. I didn't check it, but 38 degrees. I know that is. Let me think. See here, it says exterior temperature is 7% of the usage of the battery, of whatever use it is getting. But I would say this ain't that bad. I mean, considering what other people get, but again, people driving way too fast, I think. So I'm just gonna do a big lap here I'm going to drive in all directions, so the wind will affect me one way or another, and see what it averages out by the time I get back to the house. I am at, I'm going to find the exact percentage. I'm at 70% battery. I don't know what I started out at, but it's still at 70%. It's saying I got 61 miles, but that doesn't really mean anything because you can't go by that. It could say that and it could stay 60 miles for 5 miles, so it might not change. So when I get back to the house, we'll go over total miles and what I got on it. So still going around here. It's super smooth. This is probably the smoothest, quietest towing ever. You know, normally with a gas engine, you got that drone going on because of the load, but I'm barely touching the pedal, the accelerator. It's not doing too bad so far, but yeah, I just had to come on quick again and just say how smooth this thing is. It's crazy. Well, it's getting darker out now. I'm still driving. I'm just gonna go a little bit more. I want to get a little more miles on it, and just for more, I guess, data. So I just have to keep hitting this button so that the camera don't turn off. So I know you can't see me, but this is why you don't go based on what this mileage tells you for the range, because it says I have 52% battery. I've driven 30 miles, and I know I was in the probably 75% range when I started. So I haven't even used 25% of the battery and went 30 miles. And so 50% to me would be 60 miles. And this is saying at 52% I have 44 miles left, which there's no way. That would definitely, at 50%, I should go another 60 miles, which would put me at a total of, I'm thinking like 120. All right, so now it says exactly 50% battery, and it says I have 43 miles left. So I'm thinking there's like a 20-mile cushion there, because I definitely think that 50% battery will take me 60 miles, but we'll do the math when I get back. Okay, so here is the trip finished. 35, almost 36 miles, and 0.9 kilowatts per hour. So as you can see, it says I have 41 miles left, but I know it's a little more than that for sure. Probably more like 50 or 60. So switch it back to normal from towing, and it probably takes a minute to switch back. I've never done it before. And now it jumped up to, well, it just said so. Normally I don't charge at the house, but since I was just doing this test, I am charging it today just to I might get it like 90%, and then that's it, because I may just go for the TRX. I'm not sure. I want to see what the deal is I get on it. That's all. If it's a good deal, I'll probably switch. If not, I think this truck will work for me for what I need. So I'm not against it either. So we'll see. But doing the math, it looks like now this is 38-degree weather. It's saying about 115 miles towing that trailer, which would get me there and back barely. But I would say in summer temperatures, probably another 10, 20 mile buffer there. So I'd say it'd probably do about 140 miles, which is more than enough. And then my other here is that trailer back, or that boat back there, which is way more aerodynamic than that big ass box. And I would think that it might get, 175, 200 miles, which would be more than enough. So, or I end up getting a TRX and I don't worry about it. So, well, with the boat, I wouldn't have to worry about it anyway, because like I said, there's a fast charger there. So I could throw some in it while I'm there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we'll see. Otherwise, I will be doing some more testing with this Lightning. I do plan on switching out these 20s for some 18s with the same diameter tire. The setup will be 5 pounds lighter than this on each wheel. So that could possibly help. I'm not sure. We'll see. But that's only if I'm keeping it. So I don't know. We'll see. But I just wanted to show what you could get with pulling a big trailer like that in this weather. With that, the wind was high too, so there's a lot of factors there. I mean, I don't know what the wind speed is. Let me check that. Okay, the wind speed is a steady 20 miles per hour with 32 mile per hour gusts and 38 degrees. So I think that this thing capable of going 120 miles with that 24 enclosed trailer is not bad, considering for what I do with it, I won't be towing it in that weather. So if I didn't switch back to the other truck, it wouldn't be a problem for me. My brother has multiple trucks. If I really needed to go really far, I could just borrow that. But I don't know. Maybe this truck can do what I want. I think with a 2-inch level and some wheels, I would like it a lot better. That's for sure. I just don't like the look of it with the stock wheels and the big rake towards the front. So until next time.